The need for housing is growing. Habitat for Humanity finds nearly half of all U.S. adults struggle with housing insecurity.
Yeah, the lack of housing having a direct impact on the homeless population, with more families turning to shelters for help. Housing insecurity is the big story today.
A new report finds mortgage rates rose for the second week in a row after reaching the lowest level of the year. According to Freddie Mac, the 30-year fixed mortgage averaged 6.24% for the week ending Thursday. That's slightly up from the previous week. Mortgage rates have been steadily falling in the weeks leading up to the Fed's second rate cut of the year, which happened late last month. They've mostly held steady since then, as investors weigh the Federal Reserve's next move.
Now, the jump in mortgage rates comes as the United States is facing a housing affordability crisis. Right now, the American dream of owning a home becoming less of a reality for many first-time home buyers out there because housing prices continue to rise. In fact, just last month, the median home sale price for existing single-family homes jumped to more than $426,000. That's according to the National Association of Realtors. Now, despite the higher prices, a lot of people say they still want to own a home, some even deciding to delay that goal to get a home.
More than 7 in 10 aspiring homeowners are delaying major moments in life, whether that is marriage, children, changing jobs or a profession, until they can buy a home.
Now, the experts say inventory and affordability of homes still a problem for a lot of buyers out there. According to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, there needs to be millions of additional housing units built to meet the long-term housing demand.
As some home prices continue to rise, more households are living paycheck to paycheck and struggling to get by. According to a Bank of America Institute, about 25% of households spend more than 95% of their income on necessities. There's little to nothing left over for extras such as going out to dinner or taking a vacation, let alone saving up for a home.
Now, without access to affordable housing, low-income renters have to face a choice, often sacrificing food, health care, even other necessities in order to pay their rent. According to the National Alliance to End Homelessness, the trade-offs, they can lead to widespread housing instability, poverty, and in many cases, homelessness. In Toledo, we're once again seeing an increase in people who are on the streets. During Toledo's January point in time, or pit count, people were observed living on the streets. The count was 72 at the time last year, or earlier this year, I should say. However, homeless advocates say the number of people experiencing homelessness in the area is actually a lot higher, with about 588 people living in shelters, 180 on wait lists to get in. And Family House is one of the local shelters in our area helping those who are facing homelessness. But the shelter was facing a shutdown without enough funding to move forward.
That is until this month when Leading Families Home stepped up. That nonprofit was able to purchase Family House to continue its services. 13 Action News anchor Alexandria Manthe is live with those details. Alexandria?
Yeah, Tony and Tina, the executive director of Leading Families Home tells me that Family House was operating in the red, or has been rather, for the last several months. And if they didn't get this funding, the shelter would have had to close its doors, putting everyone inside in an even tougher position. But thanks to some funding from City Council, Leading Families Home has now taken over. The nonprofit received nearly $300,000 to help with transitional costs. Together, the shelters create the largest organization in the area that's dedicated to serving families in crisis. Now, I spoke to one resident here at Family House who says she's been homeless for 10 years. And without this shelter, she doesn't know where she'd be. Now she's set up to get housing for her and her 1-year-old son to move on to something better.
Whatever situation that you're coming from, they're able to help you in any way, shape, or form. So they're able to give you a single room for you and your family to be in. They're giving you everything, bed sheets, all that. Like, they're giving you a new opportunity.
Leading Families Home is now able to help even more families in our area with over 200 beds now to help house those who are in need of services. And I'll have more on this merger coming up on Action News at 6. Tony.
Alexandria Manthe reporting live for us this afternoon. From there, Ohio's Department of Development is giving millions of dollars in grants to support housing-related projects and services. This is part of a new push to improve access to affordable housing in the Buckeye State. Today, 12 nonprofit organizations are set to receive $3.6 million in funding. That's through the Ohio Housing Trust Fund Special Project Grant Program. This money will go toward locally housing initiatives such as emergency shelters, senior housing, and veteran housing developments. In our area, New Housing Ohio in Sandusky County will get about $195,000 to support Burchard Place. That's a shelter in Fremont which helps people who are experiencing homelessness.